Well, the name of the series is A Bird in a Head. And I was working on a job for Irish Human Rights Commission, taking portraits of Seamus Heaney. And after I finished with a shoot, I took my iPhone out and I was testing this new app, and I took a picture of him, and then it just kind of spiraled. It became kind of visual diary, or I was trying to make little visual poems out of it, put pictures in a different sequences. And it was just a really organic project. It wasn't as, I was between the two kind of serious projects. I just finished one and I was researching for the second one. So it was kind of a play, really. Well, it was just, photography is, slicing the time and kind of finding the magic in a moment. So it is about that. It's also kind of taking photographs to be used as words that I can then put in different sequences or order and create, different narratives. It's almost like generating vocabulary to play with afterwards. And it also looked like a great fun. And I like that kind of cheap digital imitation of a cheap analog camera. It was quite, it's kind of playing with the medium because, I'm not the type of photographer. I don't actually care about the camera I use that much. Mm-hmm. If I can take pictures with a shoebox, that would be, fine with me. It's not that I don't enjoy the object of the camera. I mean, I love my cameras. I would die if something happened to them. But I just don't think it's, it's about the mechanical or digital mechanisms behind. It's just about the eye, really, for me. Well, my favorite and most important is my medium format Rolleiflex camera. And most of my very personal projects are done with that camera. And then I use Canon 5D, as almost everyone seems to be these days, for more commercial or work. And then I use my iPhone, of course, or anything else I can get my hands on. I use a lot of disposable cameras as well. Mm-hmm. I started photographing when I was about 16 years old, and it was during the wartime in former Yugoslavia. And I think the reason I picked it up is because it was kind of a way of ordering the chaos around you. You have to frame things. Composition has to make some sort of a sense. It's kind of an attempt to order chaos, really, mm-hmm. and create the world, inside. I don't know, to create your own worlds, really. Well, I'm just waiting for that moment when everything comes in place, or what I think comes into place. I don't. Most of work I do is very intuitional. I don't set to create body of work. It's the way of seeing world around you. It's the way you think. It's not about, picking up camera and going around pressing that button, and hoping that something good will come out of it. No, I don't think it's obsolete. Actually, I was considering using video for some new work that I'm doing, and then I just stopped and asked why. I'm not interested in moving images at all. I do like going to cinema and watching movies, but more for the story than, I'm really interested in that moment, that slice of time that will never happen again. I'm kind of interested in surreal, like lots of my photographs, I think, have that element of surreal. I would call it surreal documentary, if I had to put it in some sort of a category. My father was an amateur photographer, very serious one, and he taught me how to work in a darkroom when I was very, very young. But I only seriously took it up, from the age of 16 onwards. And I guess it was kind of a reaction to a traumatic event in my life. That was war. And also when I started studying, I did my BA in psychology. It was kind of escapism to go into the dark room and kind of shut the world out. Also, it's a great memory crutch because I seem to forget most of the things I don't take pictures of. So it's my memory. Even if I lose the photograph or delete it afterwards, it's still imprinted in my brain. Just that act of pressing the shutter would store it safely somewhere.